feel like on a sweater you need some sort of interesting way to show off the sleeves because they are an accomplishment. Hello, dear friends, and welcome to episode 10 of the Dear Friend Podcast. If you are a returning viewer, welcome back. And if you are new, hi, I'm Eden. I'm the owner of Yarrow & Co., where I sell my handmade polymer clay charms, my watercolor paintings, and other little handmade treasures. Well, episode 10, double digits. It has been quite the week of little events for me. Yesterday was August 5th, and it was the 1-year anniversary for Yarrow & Co. I had completely forgotten, and somehow when I was going through like some old orders when I first started out, I was doing like some comparisons of what the difference was over the months, and I was like, oh, August 5th was the day I opened it up. And yeah, so in the shortness of time, I decided to put out my Yarrow & Co. mugs as the first year anniversary kind of special edition things. And I really like that idea of every year I'm gonna do a special mug that'll come with a charm. So right now in the shop, I have this mug, which is a red moon, and then it comes with a little matching red moon charm. See? And this glows because I made it with glow-in-the-dark clay, which is really fun. I have often been forgetting that I made them with glow-in-the-dark clay, and then all of a sudden in the middle of the night I'll just see these random glowing charms because I have a little stand that I keep them on while they're hanging to either dry when I add like some glitter on there or anything, and they've just been sitting up there waiting to be sent off to their homes. There are 8 of these in the shop right now, and there are only 8. So if you want one, go and grab one. And yeah, I found this to be the perfect size for me. And in my little coffee spurts, I'm a definite coffee addict. And lipstick stains not included. So yeah, that's what's been going on. I have a finished object, obviously, but before we move on to all the knitting, the handmade holiday long is still going on, and we have a new prize for August, courtesy of Carla from Knit to Yarns in Kamloops. She's so sweet to send it. I will show you in the end of the video. But the thing of the handmade holiday long, I am going to leave Ravelry because they've handled things so poorly and have just done terrible job at the going on right now. So I'm planning to leave Ravelry and move the handmade holiday along onto Instagram only. Instead of linking my Ravelry page of like all my projects and everything, I'm going to be moving everything over to Lovecrafts, which I have an account on, and I love Lovecrafts. It has been amazing to have all my patterns on there, and I can do my projects just like I did on Ravelry. There isn't any group things that you can do on there, so that's why I'm moving the handmade holiday along onto Instagram only. But for August, because it's already started on there, I'm gonna leave it open for August, and then September is gonna be moved over to Instagram. So if you're in the handmade holiday along, don't worry, you can put all your finished objects on there for the August giveaway, and then I'm gonna close everything off, and the Dear Friend podcast group will be moved over to Instagram. If you know any other like platforms that would work well for a podcast group, do let me know. I think that's all the announcements. Yep. Okay, so let's move on to finished objects. So my first finished object is clearly my 5 days sweater. I finished it just like I said I would. That honestly surprised me, but it got done and I'm super happy with it. It has been so cozy and just what I wanted for like the cold days. And the other sleeve, I can't even remember which sleeve was the one that I attempted to copy the other, because we were able to figure it out and they block the same, so that's been really nice. I will insert a full picture of it somehow in here so that you can see it in all its glory, because I don't think I can fit in here. I'm right up against the wall. There we go. Like that. You can see it all. Yeah, so it's a really boxy sweater and really cozy. I made this out of Cascade Eco Wool, which it's actually super nice. When I first blocked it, it might have been the soap that I was using to block it. It turned out really scratchy. I was super itchy the first time I wore it, but then I just wore a long sleeve shirt and it was fine. But I've noticed for the past few days, because I've worn this every day, that it is getting really soft. So the next time it's blocked, I'm gonna use like my Tuft Woolens, and it should soften a lot more because it's just pure wool. It needs a little time to like work into its softness. And this is in the colorway Gunmetal. And the pattern is by the Autumn Acorn, who is really sweet and she does beautiful patterns. I really like her patterns. I want to knit probably another one of these. Not yet. In a few years, when I find the right wool for it, because I recommend this sweater if you want a nice wool sweater to wear during the winter when you need that layer. I'd recommend this. It would work out fine with a superwash wool, but it's just my recommendation to do it with 100% wool. And yeah, it is super cozy, and the sleeves are entirely purled, but she does give you the option to do them knit. So if you don't want to purl the entire thing, you can definitely knit them. And super easy pattern. I totally recommend it for beginning knitters who want to knit a sweater but are intimidated by like short rows and shaping. This has none of that, and it was my first starting of a sweater that I really enjoyed. I knit the body super fast, and then I finished that one of these sleeves, and then it's sad. We did the math of when I got the pattern and started it. It has been 2 years. Well, if a project gets done, it doesn't really matter how long it's taken. So yeah, I think that's all I have to talk about. I really love it, and I will be wearing it lots this coming fall. Yeah. Okay, this is my only finished object right now, but I do have some whips that I'm very excited to show you. There aren't many whips, but I've been working, because I finished this sweater, I was solely working on the sleeve to get it done. So there isn't much progress on my other whips, but I'm still excited to show you. Okay, let's move on to works in progress. So my first work in progress is my Bits and Bobs blanket, which I have been working on a lot. I have just had like a revamp of wanting to work on this. So I finished one color since the last time I showed it to you. So this color, which was Time Turner, and I'm almost done the next color, which is Buckbeak. And it is super big and super heavy. I'm kind of nervous to hold it up on the cord because it might, I don't know, break from how heavy it is, but it's going to be super cozy once it's done because of like its heaviness, and thickness. And yeah, it's so squishy. I am almost out of my main color, which is this 100% alpaca fingering. I can't remember what company it was, but it was a scrap and they don't make it anymore anyways, so it doesn't particularly matter that I don't have the ball band for it anymore. And then once this color's done, I can move on to this little skein, which is gorgeous. I love this color. Especially like deep royal blues in there. I love that color. So yeah, this is called Divination. And all the minis are from my 2019 Hogwarts Advent Calendar from Dragon Horde Yarn, and she worked with her mom on it, so it's Dragon Horde Yarn and Yarn Cafe Creations. And I love it. I think at this rate, I probably could finish it for Christmas time. No promises, because it's me. I'm probably gonna get distracted on another project, but I'm going to ride this mojo to work on this blanket and see how far I can get. I am 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, almost done color 8, so that'll be 1/3 of the way through the blanket. Yeah, super great blanket. I will definitely make another one day. I'm still contemplating either doing another one of these for my 2020 advent calendar, or I'm going to do something else. I want to keep them different, but I really love this pattern. It's so nice. Okay, sip of coffee first. All right, next work in progress. I have this guy. Now, I'm sort of nervous about how he's looking, but he's cute either way. This is, hold on, find the page, here we are. There's a darning needle in there. But this is Alexander, the Russian blue cat, and so far he's turning out really cute. I definitely did the ears wrong, so he isn't quite looking very cat-like, but that's okay. I could go in again and like sew them down a little bit more to try and fix that, but we'll see once he's completely done if I'm gonna do that or not, because it's fine if a cat has big ears. It gives him personality. So, this is Alexander, the Russian blue cat, by Carrie Lord of Toft UK on Instagram. And from her book, sorry, I've shown this so many times before, but Edward's Menagerie. And it's just a book of adorable animals that I have been obsessed with making. And the yarn I'm using is a homespun house. I found the tag This is the Overdose Awareness DK set. There's a hair in there. There we go. Yeah. For 2019 on her Soft Sock DK. It is so pretty. It came with a little mini that I did this ear and this arm with. I am just working on his last leg. So here's the mini, which is really pretty, just subtle purple. And then the main is so pretty. And it's for her. It was going towards overdose awareness. So all the proceeds went to helping people who have had overdoses. And I'm just working on his last leg. There's his little foot. And then he'll just need a tail and he will be done. I really like him. As odd as he is right now, I like it when my, subtle mistakes create this animal to be very unique, because it's just like people. Not all animals are the same. So he's got a little, he kind of looks like Piglet from Winnie the Pooh. He's seeing ears, but yeah, I'm gonna see if I can fix his ears just a little bit, just to be slightly more cat-like so he's recognizable as a cat. Yeah, he's super cute. I am crocheting this animal. The same hook I've been using for the rest of my animals, like Babe the blue ox and Emma the bunny. Which actually, Babe the blue ox isn't exactly his name. It was... I can't remember, but he was supposed to be a Highland cow. That'll be in one of the previous episodes. But I'm using size 3.5 millimeter hook, which has been great. It gives me a nice tight fabric so that none of the stuffing's gonna come through. Yeah. So he's gonna be done and then go into my little stuffed animals collection now. I am building quite the collection and I've been really liking it. They're not the most practical things to make, but they can either make good gifts or I'm just gonna keep them and they will make awesome room decorations. So yeah. Last but certainly not least of my whips, I have my Sensum sweater, which I have done a little bit of work on. I completely pulled out the body because I had made a mistake and there was no way I could really work around it. So to start off, I'll show you, I've got both of the sleeves done, which are gonna be nice puffy sleeves. And then, okay, here is what I've got done on the body. Doing it the second time around, it has been really nice and easy. I use my face again. Here we go. So yeah, it has been really enjoyable. And the second time around, I know what I'm doing this time. And I'm making sure to mark the stitches that I didn't mark the first time. This is just a little blueberry pie I made a long time ago. And please let me know if you would love a blueberry pie, because I had a lot of fun making it and would absolutely make it again. Also, comment your favorite pie, because that is an excellent conversation, is pie. I am a huge lemon meringue pie fan, but I inherited it from my dad. Neither of us like the meringue on lemon meringue pie, so we always replace it with whipped cream. So basically, we really like lemon tart. But yeah, so it is coming along. The yarn is Fundy Fog, which is a Briggs & Little wool. I have a full skein here. Yep, Briggs & Little Regal, which is a 2-ply, 100% wool, in colorway Fundy Fog. I am really liking it. I'm not a huge purple person, but I really like this one because it has a little bit of blue and a little bit of pink mixed in there to really give it a cool tonal look. And the hook I'm using has gotten away from me once again. Ooh. Okay, I have a 7.5 millimeter hook. It's just plastic, nothing special, but it is a size smaller than what the pattern calls for because I wanted the fabric to be a little bit thicker once it's blocked, and it'll bloom really nicely so very little wind will get through it. Even with this lace, I'm hoping to still be able to see like the puff stitches and these little eyelets. You probably will. It's not gonna bloom that much, but we'll see. I'm interested to see how soft it gets because with this sweater, I learned my lesson with using the right soap. So we're gonna see, because I'm very interested now to see how different wools block, because that is very new to me. But it is an adventure. So that are all my projects right now. I know that was very little knitting content and crochet content, but there will be more next time for sure. Now that I have this sweater done, I'll have a little bit more room for, that was a weird noise, I'm sorry. I'll have more time for other projects. And my goal right now is to work on the ones that I have going and finish some of them off, because there are some patterns that are coming out soon. And actually today, Crooks Fibers released her Emerald Lake socks, which I am absolutely making. I have never really done lace before. Well, at least not professional lace. So that will be an interesting new thing to try. But first, I have to finish off some projects so that I have less of them. When I was FaceTiming my boyfriend the other day, we kind of went through how many projects I have. I think it was 9 in total, which isn't bad. Even, it's not terrible, like it's not like 15. But I think I would like to downgrade it to maybe 5. We'll see. For me, it's going to be like, I'm going to finish my projects. I'm going to get down there so I don't have so many. And then all of a sudden cast on another 4. So, well, if you enjoy knitting, do it the way that it makes you happy. Like it doesn't matter. We don't judge how many whips you have on this channel. So anyway, and yeah, that's the rest of my whips. It's not much content, but on the last episode, I asked if you guys would submit some questions for a Q&A on this episode, because it is episode 10. We have reached a small step. I hope to have many, many more. So yeah, I thought I would have a little Q&A because there are a ton of new subscribers. Thank you so much for everybody who has subscribed and commented and liked. It means so much to me. It really gives me encouragement to keep going and do more and have fun. Like, I am naturally a very shy person. I'm not good around people. But through a camera, it's kind of helpful that yes, I am talking to so many different people, but I can really just open up and enjoy being on camera and talking about what I'm making, because I want to share what I'm making, and it makes me super happy to know that you guys also enjoy seeing what I'm up to. Okay, Q&A, right. So I got a few questions. I opened up a thing on Instagram, and also people submitted questions on episode 9. So I'm going to start with the ones that were on Instagram. And the first question, what was your first clay creation? I mean, first clay creation for the shop, it was a cake that had pink frosting and was topped with a little strawberry. I think there's still some in the shop. They are not good compared to what I do now. They are, I mean, they're not terrible, but to my standards, they're not great. But I had a lot of fun doing them. I had done plenty of little clay things beforehand. I made cookies and little marbles for my brothers as like just gifts for people, and I made progress keepers for my mom and other knitters that I knew, just as something to make gifts for people. And then it kind of gradually went into, oh, I can sell these. This could be what I do as my career. So it was a cake, and I learned through YouTube and just through a bunch of different people of how clay making really worked. And I had a ton of fun, and I realized that I really like doing this and I want to do it as a job. Sorry. And yeah, it all started with just this little cake charm. All right. Next question. Where do you live? I live in Upper Canada in British Columbia on the coast. It is a general, when we say West Coast, it's pretty close to all the same, but I live right by the ocean and I love it. It is such a beautiful place. And for my family, we move around a lot. So right now, I live on the West Coast. I've lived all over British Columbia throughout my life. And it's an adventure. We're just a bunch of gypsies here. And it's really, I've been homeschooled all my life. So moving from place to place isn't such an issue, from going from school to school. And I'm graduated now, so school isn't an issue for me at the moment. Yeah. I love Canada. It is my home country, and British Columbia is my home province. So I love it, and it just holds so many beauties. And yeah. So I only got 2 questions on Instagram, but those are really nice questions. Thank you to everybody who submitted. And okay. The next question is, you are very creative and obviously you enjoy many different art forms. Do you have a favorite creative outlet? That's a hard question because I do. I have so many hobbies. It's kind of ridiculous, but I enjoy everything I do because that's my life motto, is that do what you love and you don't have to work a day in your life. And for me, creative outlets, I love baking. I absolutely love cooking. For an art form that I do, I think painting would be my biggest creative outlet because it's super soothing. It's very relaxing to sit down to a piece of paper and just go crazy on it and do stuff like this. Most of these came out just from me sitting down and being like, oh, what do I want to do today? I specifically love doing sunsets and sunrises because I love pops of color. And so that has become my creative style. I specifically like wearing blacks and grays, neutrals, but then adding on brightly colored things so that they really pop. So like red and gray are one of my favorite things to wear. So painting, yes, I should do Q&As because I will just go down rabbit holes of stuff, but keep going. Stay with me here. Okay, what is your favorite weight of yarn to knit with? Specifically, the first thing that comes to mind is I love knitting with fingering weight held double. it creates such a different type of fabric than, say, if you did a DK weight project with just DK weight yarn. I love using fingering weight held double for DK projects because one, it can create a really cool marled depending on what yarn you use, and it helps when you don't want pooling because then the yarns don't really have a chance to pool. And two, it creates this nice spongy fabric. Spongy is not the right word. Squishy fabric, kind of like my Bits and Bobs blanket is 2 fingering weights held double, and it has created such a nice squishy fabric. So yeah, I think if I had to pick like a specific yarn weight, it'd probably be fingering. I went through a phase where for a craft fair, I crocheted hats out of bulky weight yarn. And for like 2 months straight, I just crocheted with bulky weight yarn. And unfortunately, that's doused my love for bulky weight yarn. I'll do worsted, but I really like fingering. I like how light and just how nice it is. I like the yarns that come out with colorways. You can do a lot on a skein of just fingering weight yarn. It is incredible what people can do with it. So I would say fingering, but specifically, I like fingering weight held double. And I think that's all the questions, actually. So yeah, thank you to everybody who asked these questions. I'm sorry, that was really thrown around, but I get too excited and then can't sort out my thoughts quickly enough that they would make sense. But I am really enjoying podcasting to be just a way for me to connect with you guys. And this is very much the way I am in real life, of just all over the place. But I get so giddy when I get to talk about knitting with you guys and what I love doing in my projects. I would like to start including more of like my painting stuff, so let me know if you would like to see videos of specifically art. And I've been thinking of pulling in like some charms, like I'll hold a section either on the podcast for showing off charms that I've made over the week, or maybe a separate video, because I want to start expanding the YouTube channel just a bit. And yeah, again, thank you to everybody so much. It meant so much to me yesterday when it was my 1-year anniversary and you guys shared and commented, and it was so nice. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I couldn't ask for a better community to be a part of. So, all that said, that was a lot of babbling, but thank you so much for joining me. If you enjoy watching the podcast, please subscribe and click the bell for notifications, because I upload every second week. I might start doing it more often as I am now crocheting and knitting more often. Yeah, that's a very professional YouTuber thing to say. It's like, subscribe, click the bell, you know. Oh my goodness. Crazy. Thank you for joining me. I can't wait to see you next time, dear friends. Bye. Hey guys, so I just realized I completely forgot to talk about the giveaway prize for August. So Carla of Knit 2 Yarns sent this amazing package of Midnight Cravings minis and a fox fur pom-pom from Rose and Pearl. So you can make a hat out of this, and it is absolutely amazing colors. So yeah, that is the August giveaway prize. So definitely want to get in on that.